up, dude?
Good morning.
Morning.
Ready to be on the vlog?
Sure.
Sure.
After the week I've had.
Amazing. You added some more gray hairs this past week, it seems like.
Probably might have a bad back. I've aged a ton in a week.
I mean, do I still look good? I guess that's the difference between only having one kid and 3 kids.
Yup.
We're getting it kick-started this morning. It's Monday morning. Sam texted me last night and he's like, what are you doing tomorrow? And I was like, I'm probably free in the morning. And you're like, what time? And
Give me a time frame.
Give me a time, says Sam. And so here we are, Monday morning. Today I also want to make a video talking about like the biggest difference, or what I think is the biggest difference, and I'm gonna get Sam's input on this too. Like the biggest difference between mirrorless cameras, like I'm vlogging this on my Canon R5 with the 15 to 35 f2.8. It's about to get really loud because we're going over here by by a dam. Yeah, oh my gosh, can I vlog over this? We're gonna talk about the biggest difference between mobile phones and mirrorless cameras. All right, we gonna keep going?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. How are we supposed to vlog here, Sam?
How are you supposed to vlog here?
How am I supposed to vlog here? Look at this.
Oh wait, bump that down.
This is crazy. We've never been down here when the dam is this wide open with this much water coming through. It is crazy.
It's crazy to see it like this because we know what it looks like when the dam is closed.
Yeah.
And it's just that you're like, oh man, I can go way down there.
I don't even think this audio is gonna be usable. We're gonna find another location to do this video at. Hopefully this is a little bit better. Hopefully you guys can hear me.
Editor Steven here. I went through all this footage from this day. I realized I did not want to subject you, the viewer, my wonderful subscribers, hopefully you're subscribed by this point, to the audio that was in this video. I wasn't a fan of it. We tried several locations, and as you could see, that river, the dam that was flowing out was just, yeah, couldn't do it. Here's what I want to do. I wanted to talk about this one difference between mobile phones, mobile photography, like using your phone to take photos. These phones have gotten really good. My iPhone 14 Pro is an amazing camera. But there's one big difference, at least for me, and that is focal lengths. And there's really like 2 things behind this whole focal length thing. The first is the quality of like the telephoto camera on the iPhone. So I'm gonna put up here on the screen, photo that I took with my iPhone 14 Pro on the telephoto 3X. It's about roughly a 70 millimeter-ish image. And next to it, I will share an image of my 70-200 with my Canon R5 at 70 millimeters. I threw a light grade on here, a light preset. I've been kind of playing with trying to make more of like a film look on these images. Like that's kind of what I'm playing with for summer, for this year, you know, 2023, why not? But the thing that like no amount of like editing, at least the editing that I've done here, is going to change about these 2 images is that fall off, sort of that like natural progression of like out of focus and in focus elements. And even though both of these images are taken at roughly the same focal length, the image that is taken on the mirrorless camera is just a little bit more pleasing. And part of that is because the iPhone's like best sensor, the iPhone 14 Pro's best sensor, is on the standard camera, which is the 24 millimeter full frame equivalent. So on that telephoto lens, you're still getting a lower quality image sensor compared to the sensor that is on the standard camera. That may change in future iterations, hopefully it does, but it's kind of always a bummer when I'm using either the ultra wide or the telephoto and realizing like I'm not getting as good of a quality of an image as I could be getting on something like the standard camera. The other half of this, of course, is that like you just don't have the focal range to do something like a shot at 200 millimeters. Here are a couple shots that I took at 200 millimeters of Sam standing over by the water on the river there. It's a different element of storytelling when you have that level of like focal range, compression, and like just availability to move between all these different focal lengths. Is it nice having a wide, ultra wide, and telephoto to some degree zoom, right? But like, again, that telephoto is only 70-ish millimeters. It's not a ton when you consider like I can pick up a Canon R, RP, R6 even maybe with like a 24 to 105 and like get 24 to 100 millimeters. Like that's a way better coverage zone of like focal lengths and options, opportunities to tell different stories, like very compressed and like just focusing in on some of these details, these actions, being able to come out a little bit more, tell you like the story of the subject and then go a little bit wider, tell the story of like, all right, the setting, the scene. I get people asking me all the time, like, should I upgrade my phone and spend $1,000 to $1,500 maybe on getting a new phone, mostly for a better camera? Or should I buy like a full frame mirrorless camera with like a nice lens, right? They're getting to be in the same area. Again, like the R5 with like the 70 to 200, that's in another like price tier, right? But you could absolutely get something like a used Canon RP, even maybe like a original Mark 6, and like this lens right here. The 24, I can't believe I actually even had this right here on deck. The 24 to 105 f4. Like this is a great lens. You still get a ton of compression, ton of fall off, and f4 is absolutely more than enough for most stuff. Even out shooting out there, I think even with my V&D, I was shooting at f4. So that maybe gives you something to think about. If you're like, no, I want like the lightest, easiest to use tool possible, like that's going to be your phone. Like that is absolutely your phone, and the quality is absolutely good enough that like you can confidently use that to do even professional level work. I've seen it, I've had some friends do it. Sam and I have both done it with clients where we mix in assets from our mobile devices because they're good enough. We feel proud of that work, and clients are able to use that work for what they need it for, and it works, right? But if you want more of those options, if you want to be able to have more focal length options to tell more stories, I think whenever I turn over a set of images to a client, I always love being able to have stuff from like 24 all the way up to 200. Like all the stuff in between, I find that like they like, okay, I like some stuff at 24, some stuff at 50, some stuff at like 70, 85, maybe 100 to 135, and then like stuff at 200. That's the kind of way I like to shoot, and I feel like I can tell a lot more of the story when I have all those different options to focus on different things, you know? So that for me is the biggest difference right now between using your phone and using something like a full frame mirrorless system, interchangeable lens system. These are two very different things, even though they're getting closer and closer together, it seems like every single year. Leave a comment down below what camera you are currently using today. Are you all in on mobile photography? Are you using a full frame mirrorless camera system? Let us know what your favorite lens combo is down below, or if there's something that is a bigger difference for you between mobile photography, iPhone photography, and say a big mirrorless camera, full frame camera kind of thing. Let us know in the comments below. With that, I just want to say thank you to all of you for watching this video, and for all of you who are subscribed, I am so stoked on you. If you haven't done it, go ahead, hit the button, make it happen. Be kind both in life and in the comments below, and like this video to send good vibes across the internet. And we'll do it again soon, real soon. Later.